can't be late if it never happens. Yeah.
People have asked us for a long time, when are you going to make a new Roadster? We are making it now.
Tesla just had that money the whole time.
Yeah.
I could have done so much with that. So yeah, I'll do something else with it now. And I asked them if they could cancel my Roadster reservation, and there was a really long pause. And they were like, oh, Roadster?
Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, yes, Marques Brownlee, perhaps the biggest tech reviewer on YouTube, has cancelled his Vaporware Roadster that he bought or put a big deposit down on years ago. Now, more on the Vaporware definition later, because I think it does qualify. I'm not being hyperbolic here. But here is the article that caught my eye here on Reddit. Did anyone see the Marques Brownlee discussion on cancelling his Roadster reservation? Not only is it massively inconvenient to cancel it after 8 years of waiting, Tesla has the balls to just give him back $45K and keep the $5K deposit. We're going to look at some videos of what he said, what Marques said, and also we'll have a look at an older Thunderfoot video where he talks about the Roadster and how it's been so long. And this was back in early 2024, and we're now well past mid-2025 and still no sign of it, which has led Marques to cancel it. He reserved a Roadster 8 years ago and finally cancelled it. It's such a long time to wait, isn't it? Not only did Tesla tell him they're keeping the $5K deposit, even though they haven't delivered the product in 8 years, but he had to actively hunt down how to get the refund for the product since they don't make it clear. And he tells what happened in the video about how to cancel it. It wasn't easy. If that's not a hilarious showcase of this company making money hand over fist and gaining insane valuations off of delivering nothing, I don't know what is. Indeed, and delivering nothing is part of the definition of vaporware. Now, I asked Gemini AI, Google's AI, not Grok. So what's the definition of vaporware? And does this sound like the Roadster to you at all at this point? Vaporware is a term often used in the computer and tech industries to describe a product, typically hardware or software. So this is presumably both for the Roadster, really, that is widely advertised and promoted, but is significantly delayed, say 8 years, never actually released to the public, hasn't been released yet, or officially cancelled. They keep saying next year, as Elon does. In essence, the product is all vapor, hype, and promises with no actual wear, physical product, or software. So that is the definition. So far, we can say it's vaporware until it actually eventuates. And the characteristics here, they go into it early and extensive promotion. We'll have a look at some of the promotion that Elon did when he unveiled it and has been stringing people along year after year. Significant delay or non-release and intent. Sometimes the announcement can sometimes be a deliberate competitive strategy to discourage customers from buying a rival's product. Well, I don't think that probably qualifies here, although there have been actual products come out in the meantime, EV fast sports cars that really are pretty good. So even if this came out now, maybe that's why they keep upping the specs. Now let's get to what Marques said about it.
I also
think it will come up.
But you also did something this week.
You know what else is late?
Thank you.
It can't be late if it never happens. Yeah.
Probably. All right, what happened?
Perennially late. I posted
He's pretty kind about it, pretty nice about it, by the way, for losing this much money. I mean, he's pretty wealthy, I think, being the biggest tech reviewer on YouTube at this point.
in the Slack. I canceled my Tesla Roadster reservation, the one that I paid for.
The one you paid for?
Yeah. Now that's a distinction because
Yes.
in my account has it been a decade yet? Almost 2017, right? So it's been 8 years.
8 years, it's crazy. We'll have a look at some of the footage from the unveiling, what Elon said back then. It was crazy considering they've come up with nothing.
You paid a $5,000 payment immediately for the reservation, and then within 10 days, you net $50,000 to Tesla, And then when they deliver the car, whenever that is, you will pay the rest of it, I think totaling $250,000. So
Allegedly.
Tesla has been sitting with my 50 grand for 8 years and hasn't done anything with it, obviously. Meanwhile,
It's the part of the cash that Tesla has. They just had to give some back. I mean, it was a significant amount to Tesla back then, how many orders they got. A significant amount of money.
there was no reason for why I'm doing it now, but I'm just like, how about I just do something else with this 50 grand? I'll get 45 grand back. The first 5K I don't get back.
Oh, you don't get that back?
If you had taken that $50,000
Oh, I know.
8 years ago
Oh, I know.
and put it into a Tesla stock, how much do you think you would have right now?
Just Tesla stock?
Just Tesla stock.
50K of Tesla stock 8 years ago is probably 5x at least, probably more. It's probably worth 400 grand.
According to Finlow.io stock calculator, you would have 747 grand right now.
See, that's the thing is Tesla's just had that money the whole time.
Yeah.
I could have done so much with that. So yeah, I'll do something else with it now.
Wait, so how much of that will you get?
I'll get 45K back. And the thing
Okay.
about this, it was kind of crazy. When you call Tesla and you go,
Oh,
hi, I'd like to cancel my Roadster
This is
reservation.
my favorite part.
You have to call?
Well,
So this is the difficulty you had with actually cancelling, which is unbelievable, and not getting the full 50K back after a company has been holding it for that long. They couldn't say, okay, you can have it all back. I mean, what does it cost them? They're not making it, even though Elon said they are making it. So there's no cost really.
if you log into your account and you have a reservation, typically, if you don't want to go through with it, there's a cancel button. But with the Roadster, which, by the way, is still in my account because I only did this like a day or two ago, you go to manage your reservation and there is no cancel button next to the Roadster. You have to go in and hit manage. And when you hit manage, it goes, here's a phone number, here's an email address. And you call that phone number, and I actually did this for a couple days and just got voicemail, which was great. And I finally got through to someone, and it was somebody in basically vehicle sales. And I asked them if they could cancel my Roadster reservation. And there was a really long pause. And they were like, oh, Roadster.
They didn't remember what the Roadster was.
And then they put me on hold, and then they came back, and they were like trying to figure out who to direct the call to. And then they promised, the first person who did it promised that they would get it canceled and get my deposit back, but just to like wait a little while. And then I waited like 2 weeks and nothing happened. So I called again this week, and it was the same guy. And he then figured out how to, I get like a message in my Tesla account to put in the details of getting the money back or whatever. They're going to mail me a check within like a month or something.
Mail a check. I can't get over how in the US, because I've had dealings with the US too, even when you say you give them your bank account number, give them the international code, all that stuff, sometimes they just still mail a check even to overseas. Like they're doing that on purpose, so it takes longer even. I mean, to cash a check in US dollars in another country, companies still do that. It's a real hassle in this day and age. Why do US companies still deal with checks?
Yeah.
That's still easier than trying to cancel my Planet Fitness account.
I was going to say somewhere in between, like canceling your Prime account, canceling your, gym membership. This was pretty hilariously
This is
fun.
the most valuable car company in the world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and
and
part
they-
of the reason why is
They're
because
not.
they
Yeah.
for 8 years.
Think they got there by giving people their money back? Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a link to that video in the description if you want to see more of that whole video. Obviously, it's a longer, nearly 2-hour podcast. So let's go back to Thunderfoot, what he was saying about the Roadster. This was actually about the Cybertruck, which I've made lots of videos about too. But he talks about SpaceX rocket Roadster. It goes back to the launch of it. We'll see what Elon said.
Which brings us on to the Tesla Roadster. Originally unveiled with completely made up specs,
Will be the fastest production car ever made, period. There will be 606, these numbers sound nutty, but they're real.
no, they're not.
620 mile range, that's a 1,000 kilometer range. This will be the first time an electric vehicle.
The battery alone will weigh about as much as an SUV. Specifically, just the battery will weigh about as much as a Subaru Forester. So you have to build a small sports car essentially strong enough to carry a Subaru Forester.
Maybe they're waiting till battery technology improves so it's actually possible what Elon wanted back then.
Standing in front of a shiny red car and doing make-believe improv for 10 minutes straight, while the fanboys just eat up every single word of it.
Brakes 1,000 kilometers. A production electric vehicle will travel more than 1,000 kilometers in a single charge at highway speed.
Why was Musk putting this huge battery on a car?
The point of doing this is to just give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
Wow, that sure is an incredible feature. You know what would be really embarrassing is if years later Elon Musk was going around making the argument that putting the exact feature that he's boasting about for the Roadster on a car would just be really stupid.
If you ask people that say, well, I want, 600 miles range.
620 mile range, that's a 1,000 kilometer range. This will be the first time an electric vehicle.
We're like, okay, well, that means most of the time you're hauling around a battery pack you're not going to use.
Production electric vehicle will travel more than 1,000 kilometers in a single charge at highway speed.
So.
And it'll slow you down.
Doing this is to just give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
It'll slow you down. It'll inhibit handling.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm an engineer. I do engineering. Always have.
At this point, I think I know more about manufacturing than anyone currently alive.
So that's funny about the manufacturing, considering the Cybertruck had so many problems. This was Elon's baby. You get the feeling that he overrode what engineers and designers said, and they're just not selling very many. He's still saying, I think just in the last day or so, how great the Cybertruck is, but it has been a commercial flop and expensive to make. It was late, not as late as the Roadster, which hasn't appeared yet. It literally is vaporware. It's got such a big head about this stuff.
And at least 1,000 people who cheered enthusiastically at Musk's announcement of something that he later said was just really stupid paid him $250,000 to get one of the first cars which he was making now.
1,000 people paid $250,000. That says 6 years ago. It's more than that now. That's a lot of money sitting with Tesla, if that's still in their cash.
People have asked us for a long time, when are you going to make a new Roadster? We are making it now.
Wow.
2017, we're making it now. 8 years later, it's nowhere to be seen.
And about half a decade later, in 2022, it's coming next year.
And it's Cybertruck is coming next year. We'll be in production with Cybertruck next year. We'll be in production with the Roadster and with Semi.
So what's the holdup? I mean, don't people who paid and investors deserve to know what is actually the holdup? Why haven't they made it after this long? Do they can't make it to the specs Elon wants? What is the problem? What is exactly the problem to make it vaporware like this?
All coming.
And then next year, in 2023, it's in development. And shortly after revealing they were making the car, now they announced that they were going to have SpaceX rocket thrusters on this car.
We're going to put rocket thrusters on it.
For real?
Yes.
What are they going to burn?
Nothing. Ultra high pressure compressed air.
Whoa. Just air?
Cold gas thrusters.
Not saying the next gen Roadster's special upgrade package will definitely enable it to fly short hops, but maybe. Certainly possible. Just a question of safety. Rocket tech applied to a car opens up revolutionary possibilities. I personally really think this is actually going to be happening, and he tends to not joke around with too much stuff like this. He really loves making the ludicrous happen.
Okay, so that's one of the fanboys. There are a lot of evangelicals who just dismiss this. Of course, it's coming, and someone who actually paid for it, Marques Brownlee, is giving his money back. And meanwhile, this has appeared as a Reddit ad. Tesla has ambitious plans to drive transformational growth. But to realize this, we must retain and incentivize Elon. He wants to be the world's first trillionaire to get to Mars. Of course, it's not about wealth and power. And I have no doubt that this is going to happen. People are going to vote for this, which to me seems crazy considering they do things like this. The Vaporware Roadster, that's nearly 8 years and counting since that announcement. And it literally is Vaporware, the definition of Vaporware. So what do you think of this? Let me know in the comments what you think of them taking this long to make the Roadster and not really providing any explanation. It's crazy how much money they've taken for this and produced nothing. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Do you think they're going to produce it anytime soon? Let me know. Is this just going to go on forever? And right now I'm going to put a related link on screen if you're watching on YouTube. There's Spotify as well, with video on Spotify, and also a subscribe link. Do subscribe and do join the channel as a member to get videos about 7 hours usually before they go public, and priority reply to comments as well. And thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.